Welcome everybody to another exciting episode. See, I've used a different word this time. Exciting episode of the AusNZ Community Podcast. We have a very special couple of guests on. It's going to be a very, very, very funny podcast. I hope not too funny because I have a very nasty cough. So I apologise in advance for any blank outs because there's going to be lots of coughing from my part because there's going to be lots of laughing. But before we get to lots of laughs, even though he is lots of laughs, welcome Pete. How are you?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah?
Doing well, doing better than last time we tried to record.
Yeah. I think
I
I
think
caught what
maybe
you
I
got.
gave you what I had
Yeah.
somehow when I
Oh,
drove past. Just threw it at
yeah.
you.
Yeah. Wished it on me from passing by. And
Yep.
JR, how are you?
I am good. Like I've always said in the previous podcast, the good kind of busy.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's good.
yep.
That's good to hear. Good to hear.
That's what happens when you're already a career woman and not a gaming mom.
Oh, See,
Ah,
I never made it to career woman. I I dropped out at that. I didn't make it to that. So, well, shit happens.
um,
So our two
I'm just working class man. I didn't make it
working
to Career
class
Woman
man.
either.
Yeah.
oh
Fair
my
enough.
god, you too. Oh my goodness.
See, it's already started going downhill. I'm coughing already. So we have a couple of guys from the Bad Dads team on, which are going to be pretty fun. One of them is a prolific question asker, and I always stumble with his name because I think it's just a lot of fun. So I'll quickly introduce King and Balls. One guy, not three people, it's one person, affectionately known as Russ. So welcome to the podcast, Russ from Bad Dads. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. How you all doing?
Yeah, well, I'm
Really
doing
good.
pretty. Yeah, really good. Yeah, really good.
I also have to make sure I mention that I'm on Empire as well because I don't want to leave out my homies over there.
Okay, no, fair enough. So is it just two accounts?
Just 2 accounts.
Just two accounts. All right. Well, before we go into your backstory, we will introduce the second guest, which is another person from Bad Dads. His name is Exhaust. Welcome to the podcast, Exhaust. How are you?
Great. Had to get reamped up again after getting delayed last week, but
Yeah.
I made a go of it, and I'm here and ready to go.
Oh, perfect. Excellent. Look forward to it. Before we go into some backstories and anything else, was there anything in the game that you wanted to share, Pete?
Anything in the game?
Yeah,
Like
anything game
new
related.
mastery vehicles or this really bad public event that we're currently having to do?
Right.
The one that I can't actually enter. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, that's the one. It's wheelie event with fixed cars and fixed parts. It's
No. I don't even know what the event is because I haven't been able to actually enter.
I'm trying to explain it. It's a wheelie event with
Yeah.
only scooter, motocross, superbike, and one other thing. What is it? Another
Motocross
bike.
and scooter and the chopper.
Chopper, that's it.
And yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
all fixed parts that are winter tires and wings, so we don't even get wheelie boost.
And winter tires. Randomly.
I'm so glad that I'm not
Missing
able
out.
to play it. Yeah, I'm not able to play it. You know.
So Ava, have you seen the correction of that or how to fix that? Have you tried changing the languages?
Now that I've heard how bad it is, I'm not interested in finding out how to fix it.
Right.
You see,
Smart.
the thing is, to make it more interesting, you got to join the Empire streams and do like a little flash mob over there,
Right?
And somehow dominate.
Well, I got invited to a flash mob for the previous one with Minstrel.
Yeah.
And I joined a couple of her lobbies and had a little bit of fun. And I managed a 10.
Nice.
On the last ticket, I managed a 10. I was pretty happy with that, but and it was all with rotator, so yeah,
Explains it.
yeah. But no,
But
JR,
non-game related, just
non-game
quickly.
related, yeah.
Speaking of your coughing, it's reminded me that I got myself a coffee machine.
Oh, you did?
A real coffee
real coffee
machine.
machine. I know.
No more instant coffee or pods or anything. It's actual coffee beans.
Had I not been sick, I would have rang you through the week last week and said, "Hey, come and see me, because I've got a
And
kilo
do
of
a little.
coffee for you."
Ah, you're too kind.
Yeah. So, but yeah, next week, let me know what days you're going to be closer to my place, and
Well,
I'll bring it out to you.
next week I'm working in Keilor, so probably not
Oh,
really
okay.
that close.
Okay. No, all good. Sounds good. I'll one way or the other, I'll get it to you.
Yeah, one way or the other.
One way or the other. No, all good. All right. JR, did you have any game-related stuff or?
I would like to ask both of our guests how they started playing the game. Did you did you play the first version of HCR? And then how did you start or how did you learn about HCR2? What teams did you join before you landed on your current teams? I will ask Russ first.
All right. I've only played HCR2, never won. And I just randomly started playing back in like 2015 or late 2015, early 16. And then I found out my coworker was actually playing the game too. So, well, the other manager in my office, and then we got our boss playing the game as well. So that kind of kept me going, and it was pretty fun just having some real life friends there, right in the office, and we kind of gather and shoot the shit at work and talk about work a little bit, play a few cup races, and they'd be like,
Fun.
"Hey, can you give me a better score on my team race?" I'm like, "No." Yeah, in Utah, a lot of people don't pay for things, so they don't like that. And I don't understand most people on this podcast probably haven't paid a lot for the game too. But yeah, I was impatient, so I started spending money and getting past them in the garage power. So I was wowing them early in my life,
Yeah.
getting up there fast. But teams,
Nice.
let's see. I mean, there was a lot of early teams I bounced around on, that I don't really remember the names. But the first one I remember was I started probably when I had like 3,000 or something garage power, and even realized there was teams and all that. So I got into that, and I started with the first team I remember was Red Caps, and that's way back when I wasn't even like when politics wasn't pervasive in my life, and I didn't even realize it was a team until I got into it. It was but it was about Trump. So, anyways,
Oh, really?
yeah. And so I played there for like a year and just listened to all the interesting talk, and then one day we got banned. I think the leader had 2 accounts on his team, is what the rumor was. So yeah, we got kicked out, and so then I started following some of my teammates around, and then I ended up on. It was like the Steel Thumbs team, some iteration of that had merged, and we became Stay Tuned. And so some of my folks from Red Caps came over there, and then from there it became. Then there was some riffraff on the team, so we ended up I ended up going to Battleborn, which had a lot of the people from Red Caps originally, and then they just started getting tired of the masteries at some point, and so the team was starting to kind of fall apart as far as like being competitive, and I wanted to be more competitive, so I started hunting around and stumbled across the Bad Dads. Oh, I also played on, let's see, Steel Wheels. No, Speed Wheel. Yeah, so there's a girl that I played with on Speed Wheel for a little bit. I took a year off and came back and played Speed Wheel. Then I got to Stay Tuned and all those other teams. And then I ended up looking on and found Bad Dads, and so then I hopped on there and I just found my home. You know, it was just such a fun team. The atmosphere is fantastic, and the guys are so great. So it's just been a lot. It's been a blast. And then so that's my fun team, and then my kind of more serious gamer team is Empire, and I just sort of a guy named Sean had been on Bad Dads for some guest appearances. He kind of bounces around here and there, and so he was on a team, and so I got into the Empire server and I saw he was on because I heard he was on there through the Bad Dad stuff, and then he I was like, "Hey guys, I know Sean. You know, I'd like to join your team." And Sean's like, "Who the hell are you?"
Oh, that old chestnut. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I was like name dropping. It didn't even work. So, but anyway, so they let me on, and then they got to know me pretty good over the time. But that's how I got to my teams.
Very nice.
Which one is your main account? The one with Bad Dads or the one with Empire?
I'm kind of lazy, so I don't always switch them. But I do have my main account on Bad Dads right now, and we're in Division
Okay.
1, and then Empire I have my alt account, but the alt account is like 12.1K, so it's not,
Yeah.
and way more strategically upgraded. So I think it's
Mm,
almost equal to my Bad Dads
yeah.
account, anyways. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. Cool. That's really cool. We will get back to the meaning of your name, but first, let's ask Exhaust about his team history.
Yeah, I started out in this game like middle of 2017. I just happened to be at one of my kids' dance competitions. My kids used to. I had two of my two youngest kids used to do these serious like dance competitions where we would travel around and go to these competitions and conventions and different things. And one of the other dads, we were bored, and he got me to upload the game, and then he would send me challenges, and we started playing a little bit, and I played it for a little bit, and then I didn't play it for a little while, for maybe like a year or two, and then I picked it back up again in like early in like 2019, I think it was, and started playing it a whole bunch, and got to where I finally decided I wanted to do the teams thing, and I just kind of searched around to try to find something that looked like fun, and I just completely stumbled upon the Bad Dads team. That I was on the Bad Dads Pro, which is our second team at that time. Uh, and I joined that and found that I had made a lot of mistakes in building up my account. You know, had scrapped a lot of legendary parts and so on to build up the one or two cars that I would do all the competition stuff that I did with it on, and uh, I eventually started getting that stuff built up and got my garage power up, got my parts up, you know, got everything going, and I eventually had joined the main team. Uh, Probably a few months later, and I've been on there ever since. I haven't ever joined any other teams other than that. I eventually did start a second account on our third team, which is now the leader on the third team, and so I'm you know sort of like that. That right now I'm sort of like that athlete that's only ever worn one jersey. You know, it's
Nice.
just
One club
have always
man.
had a lot of fun there and never really felt the need to go anywhere else. Uh, I've had a couple of people, you know, from some other teams kind of approach me about try to recruit me, but I was having fun. It's a good group. Uh, we're competitive, but we don't take ourselves too seriously. So it's it makes for a lot of fun.
Yeah, it has a nice environment. Where did your name Exhaust come from?
It was a matter of trying to come up with something cool and failing on that. I think it was just something more of like it was a couple of things that I had wanted to do. It was too many letters, and finally it was just I kind of came up with it as something about eat my exhaust or something like that, and I don't know if it really reads that way when I'm playing against somebody.
Mhm.
Maybe not. Probably depends on where I am on the leaderboard that particular event.
Well, if
But
you're behind somebody, you're their exhaust.
Yep.
yeah, well, that's what always uh, that's sometimes what happens. When we have some colorful names on the team,
Mm.
so
Oh my God.
I
sometimes
bet.
Yes, so true.
the exhaust when exhaust is supposed to be below my balls is what has been said in chat many times. Although I typically try to avoid that spot, but it happens on a uh, on a regular basis.
Mm. We can do an
There's
entire
no
I
podcast
escaping me.
episode just to ask your teammates names, the reason behind the names. So let's go to Russ. What is the meaning behind your name, Russ Pho King Balls?
Well, I mean, my first angle is always to be kind of humorous and childish, so I think I accomplished that with both of those names for both accounts. So, part of the reason is also I like beating sensors on Thinkersoft, so I
yeah.
like to see what I can where I can push the envelope and what I can say or what I can name myself. But before I joined Bad Dads, I just I've formerly gone by Big Russ was my old name, which was a throwback to my military days. There was a master sergeant in the Air Force that was retired, and I come to his desk for advice because he was such a I always looked up to the older guys that knew so much of my job, and that's he always come I always come up to him and be like, hey Rick, I got a question. He'd be like, Big Russ, so that's how I got my name, Big Russ. And so that's how I raced until I got to Bad Dads and Empire. I was Big Russ on both teams, or both accounts. And so, but yeah, my balls was just like when I was getting ready to join my Bad Dads, I was like, I got to come up with a fun name that's going to resonate with all the guys. And so when I hopped in there, PD and B-Ret and all the guys that were still playing then, because Static wasn't playing again yet, but yeah, they all kind of rallied around it and just had a blast, and it just kind of stuck. I had a coworker that used to say, he'd just be talking about something, be like, "Oh my balls," They're like they just the management's beating my balls up today. So you know, uh, and I gotta give a shout out also to Rex because he greets me on the streaming. On the voice chats on Empire, and he greets me with the perfect rendition of it was all I could ever hope that it could have been. So
I
that's why
can
I
What does he
listen
stuck.
to
say?
that.
Yeah.
What does he say?
Oh, he just says my name in the perfect accent. He's like, my balls.
Oh my God, so
He nails
interesting.
it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Pete, do you have any questions?
I was just busy listening. I wasn't thinking about asking any questions. I'll pass it to Eva if he's got one.
Yeah. What about you, Eva?
Well, I mean, Exhaust talked about the fact that we were delayed by a week, and there was a bit of reason for that. So we asked about this before we started, but how was Incubus?
It was great. I mean, I knew their hits the best, and they sounded fantastic and spot on. Their harmonies were perfect. It was just a blast. And Manchester Orchestra, I don't really know at all. Opened for them, and they were pretty good. And even before they opened, we missed the opening act because Michael Jackson's daughter started 30 minutes before the showtime. So Paris Jackson actually walked right past me when
Oh,
I was going to my seat. I was like, "Oh, holy shit, that's Paris Jackson!"
wow.
So
Wow.
Yeah, she's a beautiful girl.
Mm.
Takes after her father, I suppose.
A little bit.
Pre-plastic surgeries, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Well, I mean,
Yeah, she's fair
technically,
skinned, so I said that Michael had her later in life when he was lighter skinned.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Sean.
oh no. Do
Hey,
we?
Sean,
Do we?
welcome.
I was going to
Hi.
say, do we let him in?
Do we let him in or do we mute him?
Mute him.
Oh.
No. Welcome, Sean. How are you?
Well, I'm good. I just came to listen to what you guys have to see.
Oh well, now
Okay.
you're part of it. You can't get out of it.
Yeah.
We have a no takesy backsy clause.
Put
Yeah,
everyone
he
under
said
the
he
bus.
was busy last week and he couldn't podcast bomb, I guess. So I guess this weekend he could.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, you're
Excellent.
welcome to stay as long as you like, and if you're keen, we'll even get you to ask some questions. Alrighty, Pete, JR, do we start
I
asking
have,
some community questions, or do
I
you
have
have
one
one
more.
more?
I have one more question before we start with the community question. This question is kind of serious to both Exhaust and Russ. Your team right now is on the 14th place of Division One, and we're almost near the season. Near the end of the season. So, which means you're going to be promoted to the CC division. So, do you go back and forth between CC and Division One? How does it feel to be going back and forth between two divisions? Exhaust?
Well, we basically trade off from being the hunter to being the hunted. Off and on. No,
Right.
we're usually do have some good competitive matches, and when we do get up into CC, and then we have a few where we're pretty much just slaughtered here or there. But
Mm.
just depends on the luck of the draw who we end up with. But
Mhm.
we've had a few times where we had one time recently we stayed in there for 3 consecutive months. Uh,
Oh.
and then we got beat down in that third month and went back to Div 1. But we've been bouncing back and forth for the most part since then. But
Yeah.
every now and then we can get some decent matchups and stay competitive enough to stay in that top 50. But
Mhm.
it's we our theme is that we take what we can get and we'll like it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't really try to play any games as far as matching or any of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We just take our medicine and deliver the beat down when we can and take it when we have to.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you,
Um,
Ross? What's your Pete? You saying
I
something?
was going to say before the seasons and all that and the auto matchmaking in CC, did you guys try to play against other teams?
Um, we did some like before CC and the divisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have some times where we would try to set up a match with somebody and do that, and there were a bunch of teams that were kind of similarly ranked to us at the time. We usually kind of hovered around, give or minus 20, 30 spaces or so, but we'd be right around the number 100 or so. Sometimes we've gotten up as high as like somewhere in the 60s, and then we'd have other times where, where we would get a couple of bad matchups and drop down past 100 a ways. But we were usually pretty competitive then as well. But we uh, uh, we did do some things where we would try to match up with teams that we had new people from, had
Mhm.
connections with.
Yeah, I remember Oz and Z used to do that too back in the day. It was a lot of fun trying to match up with people. They were some of the best, like, memorable matches, I reckon.
Yeah, you get some close battles between someone that's pretty evenly matched, and
Hmm.
yeah.
What about
Sorry, I'll
you?
let you go ahead,
What
JR.
Yeah, what about you, Ross? What's your thoughts on when you bounce between divisions? And have you ever matched your other account, your both of your accounts?
That's a good question. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I ever have matched my other account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, after all this time, just too many teams, I
Uh-huh.
guess.
Yeah.
But as far as yo-yoing back and forth between the two
Mm.
divisions, I mean, we have some pretty competitive core of folks that would probably rather stay in, the CC division, like Actuary, Static, Exhaust, me, Rafi, PD, whoever. I mean, everybody. So but we've never been a team. I think, of course, Exhaust can speak on the longevity part because he's been on Bad Dads way longer. But I don't think we're a team that's looking to just cut people just to be more competitive. I think we, like you said, we're just having a good time and we roll the punches. And Bad Dads sometimes taking the nuts, sometimes they don't. Yeah, so it just depends. But I think having two accounts, I do like that. Sometimes it's nice to have a little break from having both accounts in CC. So I do like to have a little reprieve and from all the competitiveness and just have one team up there to have to worry about really giving it my all. And so yeah, but I don't mind it too much. But yeah, I'd love to be a CC team even more than we have been, just because besides the 3-month stint, I think we've mostly been one and back, seesawing back and forth.
Yep, yep. It's happened to us too in the OSNC team when we are qualified to be on CC, but there are others who don't really agree. So it's a bit of a, what do you call it, Pete? How do you call it?
Conundrum?
I would say annoying, but I don't want to be so harsh. It's just frustrating, probably more like it. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
some people just want to play and other people's don't want to go too high, so it's annoying.
There's a difference between wanting to play and wanting to play at a reasonably competitive level and then just wanting to be the best. Does that make sense? There's 3 tiers. There's that top 5% or top
Yeah.
2%. That is, the top 10 teams, top 20 teams. And then there's the top 100, which is playing at your best all the time, not just playing at your best whenever you want to. And then there's, the top 1,000 of Division 1 is you come on, you play, and it doesn't matter what you score because no one's going to really care if you make 40K or not because we're just here to have fun,
Mhm.
And there's a fine line between position 2 and position 3. People want to be in position 2, but they prefer to be in position 3. They prefer to be in that top 1,000 of Division 1. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Division 1, we pretty much end up we've 3K'd probably a good portion of our opponents this month. So it can sometimes be a little bit of a breather if you've got a busy month and you don't necessarily have the time to run every ticket. But at other times, it's just kind of like it's playing. It's like being 6'4" and playing against a team of kindergartners on basketball or something like that.
Sounds like fun.
There's not much challenge in it.
Should we go on to the community questions?
Yeah, let's do that.
Want to start
Let's
us
do
off,
that.
Eva?
Yeah, I could do that. Okay, here we go. I will start with the question. She's got a few questions here, so I may ask a few of these and then come back for later for some more. Oh my god. These are for Russ. All right.
Yeah.
Hey DB, why you dump on my horse? Is that a horse?
It's a donkey.
Like
Donkey.
yeah, well, why'd you dump
What's another
my
word
ass?
for a donkey?
Oh, here we go. Sorry. Can you tell I've had the flu, all right? Can you tell I've had the flu?
Yes.
Hey DB, why do you dump on my ass? Joke. He left BBU to go back and join me on EU. Was it more fun to pass AGilr or her furball counterpart? Question mark.
All right. Well, yeah, I actually quit my second account. My work had been kind of stressful for a bit, and so I was not feeling having the two accounts for a while there, and so I just said to hell with it and jumped off the Empire. That was probably November, December. I don't know. Most of my decisions are always emotionally based and irrational. So when I left the team, it's I'm having a bad week and I'm just make a stupid decision and stew with it for a little bit, and I jumped back into the game and came back on the blue BYU.
Yep.
And of course, to give people further intrigued, they could go back to the podcast with AGirl where I asked the question about if her team was blue BYU or if she'd actually been with all the Mormon boys and blue BYU.
I remember that question. I remember that question. I asked that question.
Yes, you did.
And that was hilarious. And when I was reading it, I'm like, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, living in Utah, the BYU thing is ever prevalent. So as far as the Brigham Young University.
Yep.
But yeah, so it was cool that I kind of had to hang out low key and race on her team with the. Holy cow! I'm spacing the name of her team. Blue BYU. So anyway, that was duh. You think I'd remember? I had too much beer already. Sorry.
That's all right.
And then as far as passing AGirl or furball, it's always great to pass Chewbacca. I mean, that's way more fun than AGirl to me. So.
Yep.
And a funny time to that is recently I shared a short video I made I was Chewbacca for Halloween in probably 2016 or 17, and my wife was Leia, and so I was looking through my YouTube stuff, and I came across a video I'd made as Chewbacca, and here's Leia, and I posted on Bad Dads. It was quite comical. Let's just say Chewbacca has a real fondness for Leia.
Yes.
Yeah.
We could picture that. They were married. What can you say?
Yeah, maybe they're at a Coldplay concert.
Oh no. So she also asked, "How did you come up with that name?" And then but that's been
Right.
sorted. So, but the rest of them I'll ask at a later time. So, over to you, JR.
Here is a question from Creepers. Thank you for this question to both of our
I
guests.
love this one.
Give us your best or worst dad joke. Make sure it's better than Pete's. Exhaust?
Okay, should I set the score?
Yeah, so
sure.
Pete should set the standard, and we're going to throw Sean under the bus. He's going to come out with one as well.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Okay, here I go.
Let's
Here's
do
the
this.
bar.
Hope you did your homework, Sean.
I named
No.
my horse Mayo. And you guessed it, mayonnaise.
Wow.
That's pretty low bar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, who goes next? Exhaust, you go next.
Okay. Did you hear about the Spanish magician? He turned to the audience and he went uno, and then he went dos, and then he disappeared without a trace.
That's good.
You get an applause. Okay.
Love it.
Getting cool. It's your turn.
I'm sorry, you said whose turn?
It's your turn, Russ. Are you looking
Oh,
for
okay.
that?
Didn't catch that. My bad. So mine was. So what did the scarf say to the hat?
What?
I'll hang around. You go on ahead.
Ah. Okay.
I like any bad dad joke that has a play on words. Love it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I think
And
you
Sean?
I
both
guess
beat the bar. Well done.
uh-huh. Guest of honor, Sean. Give us a dad joke.
Huh?
You've
You
been
want me to
thrown
tell
under the
one?
bus. Yes.
Why is it so cheap to throw a party at a haunted house?
I don't know.
Because the ghosts bring all the booze.
Ah, good one.
Oh, oh, geez, that's pretty funny. I might
That
round
is
it out.
good.
I might round it out with a Mexican father was asked to name his two twins, and he called one of them Jose, and the other
Huh?
one Hose B.
That reminds me of the Denise
The
one.
nephew.
Yeah, Denise and the nephew.
Yeah. Okay. So Pete, it's up to you.
Up to me. I already told one. Do I need
No,
to beat my own bar?
your question. Your question.
I haven't heard Jack Rabbit's question. Dad joke yet.
No, I don't have certain dad.
Okay. Alrighty. I'll ask this one from Maury. Shout out to Maury. How you going? Haven't seen you for a while. How did you come up with your names, and was it a better reason than Eva? We've already heard from Russ. So how about exhaust? We've already had that too. Never mind.
So
Moving on.
Guess mine wasn't an
Not really.
interesting story if you've already forgotten it.
I may have been reading questions ahead of time and not fully paying attention. Who knows? This question is from I Am Groot. He says, "Hi, Russ and Exhaust. What is your favorite cheese?" We'll start with Russ.
All right. Well, cheese is a difficult topic because I love all cheeses pretty much under the sun. But I well, recently went to Europe with my son, and we came back with some extra old Gouda from Amsterdam, and it was the bomb. And so I love me some old Gouda. It blows anything in America away that I've ever eaten.
Mm-hmm.
I also heavy on my rotation list. I'd have to say I love Parmesan Reggiano. I like mozzarella buffalo in the summertime with all our Capri salads, and I do love a cave aged Gruyere.
You do love your cheeses, and I love that.
I do. My cholesterol does not.
Nah, well, if you eat in moderation,
So
it's
what?
fine.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Exhaust?
My favorite is one called Huntsman. It's basically it's striped cheese, and it's got a layer of Stilton blue cheese with another cheese layered in between the layers of Stilton. So you get a little bit of that, something kind of similar to like a cheddar or something like that uh, with the blue cheese in between. So that is one of my favorites, and I also love a really good brie. My kids and I like to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a good brie and a bit of
Delicious.
fig jam. You put fig jam on one side, a little bit of it, and some brie cheese, and make a grilled cheese sandwich with that, and it'll change your life.
That
That
is a
sounds
very fancy
phenomenal.
sandwich. I love it.
That cheese gets all gooey and just melts all over the place. It's very messy, but uh, have a napkin handy, and you'll love it.
Yeah, nice. That sounds good.
The cheese isn't leaking out the back of the sandwich. If you've made a melted cheese sandwich, a toasted melted cheese sandwich, then you didn't put enough cheese in it, and you need to go back and do it again.
Correct.
It's that simple.
Right?
Yeah.
It's that simple. If there's cheese not on your plate that's dribbled out of your sandwich, then you stuffed it. You need to do it again.
I'm just going to
sometimes you
make
have
a
to be
few.
careful. You get a drizzle of molten hot brie slide down your arm. You know, it'll wake you right up.
Yep.
I'm going to make some with not quite enough cheese, just so I can make more.
Well, that's the other half of it. That's the other half of it.
Yeah. There's plenty other questions here from groups, so I'm going to move it on to you, Eva, and I'll ask these ones later.
Okay, so this is a question from WizKid HCR2. Thanks for the question, WizKid. This is for both of yous. That you've answered the question, when did you start playing the game? But you haven't really answered the question, what's motivated you all, I've got to say it properly, you all, to keep playing the game?
It's y'all.
You picked that up from those Texas boys you interviewed from us a few weeks back?
Y'all.
Y'all.
Y'all. Yeah. I'm getting it. It's very badly. Most of my accents sound like an Indian guy, unfortunately. They start out really good and then they end up just as being an Indian guy. Which means I can tell really good Indian jokes, but nothing else. You first, Exhaust. What motivates you to keep playing the game?
I just have fun with it. I've got, even though a lot of these, most of these people I don't live anywhere near me, and I wouldn't have much of a chance to meet them in real life. I've got a lot of friends, from that we keep touch and Discord and so on through this game. But also, I've just always had to have some sort of like a competitive thing going on. Whether when I was younger, it used to be more sports and so on, but whether it's a game with my kids or a trivia night down at the tap room down the road from me, or if it's playing basketball in the driveway with my 17-year-old. I like to be competitive and I like to win. So it's I've just always had to have some sort of competitive outlets.
Fair enough. And you, Russ?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's I'm pretty competitive myself in certain ways. I mean, this is the only like phone game I own or play. I don't do any. I'm not really a crazy gamer that does all these different games or anything. I have too many hobbies and too many interests to horse around with too many time wasters. They're just purely for amusement, right? Right.
Yep.
But no, what motivates me to continue playing? I mean, for me, it's a lot of just. I mean, without Discord and all the people I've met on here, I probably would have stopped playing a long time ago. So I've really enjoyed just because for me, I even though my names are really shallow, I like to think I'm more of a person of depth than that. I like to get to know people and know what makes them tick or what they enjoy or things outside the game, not just about the game. So I think it's fun to meet all these different people around the world. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah.
I mean, being a digital immigrant, we can meet all these different people and talk to people like you in Australia, New Zealand, or Philippines. It's just neat,
I have a question here from NZR412. This is from your server, from the Bad Dad server. And he would like to know, you have your balls checked regularly. I'm saying that with all seriousness. Do you have your balls checked regularly? And if they're everywhere, it may be due to inflammation. Us.
These people kill me. I love it. Due to inflammation. I don't think it's inflammation. I just think it's old age. Oh my. Get him checked regularly. Well, I mean, yeah, I check them myself regularly, make sure they're functioning adequately.
Okay.
Yeah, Mrs. Balls approves, so everything's good there.
Oh, that's good news.
I think it was that like I think it was Ardini or somebody that asked that or said that like, man, your balls are everywhere. 'Cause he came over from the Canadian servers to ours, I think, or I went over to the Canadian server, one or the other. So it's pretty funny that he's like, you're everywhere, balls. Spreading the love.
Mhm.
Spreading
Oh,
the
that's
love.
really
Nice.
That's right.
mhm. That's really good. Keep checking them regularly.
That's
Mr. Gus.
right. I want to
Good.
keep racing. I gotta stay healthy.
Hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Mhm. Stern is it to ask Pete?
Yeah.
Yes.
Another question from Groot. What are
Okay.
your favorite movies in each genre? He's given off a whole heap of genres to choose from, but I would just like to hear what are your favorite movies? Exhaust, go first.
Um, I love a good comedy, so I'll probably start with that. I've always loved the movie Airplane from young age. It's
Yeah.
I don't
that.
know that one.
Oh, you
Oh,
haven't
come on.
seen that?
Leslie Nielsen at his best.
Oh, I must be getting old then for sure.
Is it
they
like Flying High?
No,
uh
Flying High was funny. Airplane was hilarious.
Okay.
Right. You have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in there. Yeah, Leslie
yeah,
Nielsen.
it dates back to the late 70s, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. No,
Mm.
it is just laugh a minute. It just doesn't stop.
Excellent.
Yeah, definitely
yeah.
worth finding.
Nice.
That's a very
I'll
quotable
check
movie.
it out.
I mean,
Oh, there are so many quotable moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's just a lot of kind of slapstick goofy type of humor, and
Hmm.
it just very well suits me. Uh,
Yep.
but I love a lot of those old comedies: Young Frankenstein, Airplane, Blazing Saddles.
Did you
oh,
watch?
Fletch. You like Fletch?
Oh yeah,
What about See No Evil, Hear No Evil?
oh
Oh yeah.
was that Richard Pryor and
Pryor and Gene Hackman. Or no,
Gene Hackman,
Gene what?
Gene
Gene
Wilder.
Wilder. Yeah.
Gene
Yeah.
Wilder? Yeah, that was that. I remember that one. That they had the car chase scene and the blind guy was driving.
Driving. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
sounds like it'd be good.
Yeah. No, very funny. Very funny.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I don't know if you want me to go into the other categories or not, or
Oh no,
but
that's fine. How about you, Russ?
So we're just sticking with comedies for now, you said?
Oh,
Or,
just what's your favorite movie?
oh gosh, that's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like, I mean, I love comedies too, like Exhausted. And lately, for me, for whatever reason, me, myself, and Irene with Jim Carrey in it has been on my radar. there's so much insanity in that movie. I just love it. And
Yeah,
Wedding
there's a lot.
Crashers is another one that's right up there that I just thought was freaking hilarious front to back. So it's so hard to pick a comedy.
See and it's funny. I have a favorite comedy that isn't really a comedy. It's My Cousin Vinny.
oh,
Yeah,
there
You
was
know?
some comedy in that for sure.
Oh, there's some comedy in it, but it is such a it's not just a comedy. It's a bit of all of the above. But um, the whole scene when he goes into prison, meets him for the first time, and it was a simple in and out procedure. I'm like, that's burned in my brain forever. That whole scene. It is just hilarious.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
So I have a question now, and I'm going to go back to AGilr's questions. She's basically asked the question to both of you: isn't where you live being a bad dad a crime? Exhaust, you first.
It probably depends on your definition of bad dad. If it's more the like bad being like badass dad, then that's probably not illegal. But if you there are certain things that you could do that would consider you to be a bad dad that would probably be illegal, but I won't admit to any of those.
Smart
Not
man.
live on a podcast.
No moonshine for you. You're not running moonshine with an old Charger, are you?
No, my great grandfather did. I grew up in the middle of the country, and my great grandfather during the Prohibition period in the U.S. Ran made peach brandy,
Oh, wow.
and he used to. They were lived not far from where the gold. There was a big gold mine in South Dakota in the Black Hills that employed a lot of miners, and the town near there. My grandfather he sold a lot of that to the brothels that were in that town.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, so no, I can buy it in the supermarket, so I don't need to make my own.
Well, that's always a bit scary that you can buy alcohol in the supermarket in the US. It's
Well, it makes for
and
one-stop shopping.
yeah, true.
We can do it too, Eva. We just have to go through a different doorway.
Yeah. It's under the same roof.
Yeah.
All right, and she's got one last part. Oh, there's a couple more parts, but when are you going to drive south and paddleboard the river with me? You can bring up to 2 wives. I only have 4 boards. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure you guys understand each other.
Well, I know she started her questions with for Russ, so on that one, I know that was definitely aimed at me because she's in Arizona and I'm in Utah, and the 2 wives thing is definitely a Utah reference because polygamy was a pretty big part of the culture here. I shouldn't
You
say
know
our
what?
culture. I'm not from here.
Do you know what the biggest problem with polygamy is?
Having more than one wife, yeah. I mean,
No.
that's all there
It's
is to
not
it.
having more than one wife. The biggest problem with polygamy is having more than one mother-in-law.
Oh yeah.
I would agree with that.
Oh my god.
Right? Has nothing to do with the amount of wives you have. It has the amount of how many mothers-in-law you have. Yes.
That's a
What-
scary
Very
thought.
good.
Yep. You've got to rein that in. You've got to understand the problem with that. So yeah, sorry, I digress. You keep going.
No, as long as I've lived here, that's not one of the few things I've never heard, and I think that was fantastic. Love it.
Oh, yeah, that's because I've had one bad mother-in-law, and one was enough.
Yes,
Yeah, one
yes,
was
I can
enough.
agree with you there. I can agree with you there for sure.
Yeah, no. JR?
Here is a question from Static. He's asking, what is your favorite landscape style? And then I have a follow-up question. Is it important to have to do a manscape on that part of the body? I actually have an
I have to tell
I,
you all
Said
how I
I have an
landscape.
illustration here. I don't know where to share it, but what's your favorite manscape style? Ross, you go first.
Of course, you're gonna ask me first. What the hell?
Well, come on.
Favorite style? My favorite style is, you got to keep the porch looking like it's the biggest it can be. So you got to trim the hedges to make it look the best it possibly can.
You need some visuals.
You got to know, yeah. You got.
I can't really tell what you're talking about.
Well, I mean,
I-
if you're gonna have a deck, and you have a bunch of hedges around it and bushes, if you want to
You
make
can't
the
really
deck
see
look
the deck.
bigger, yeah, if you want to make the deck look bigger, you got to make sure you trim the hedges real low so everything can really stand out.
Someone once said to me, I always remember I was at a fancy dress party, and someone once said to me, do you ever shave around
Mhm.
your deck to make the deck look even bigger? And I said, no, I don't have that problem. And the whole table just went absolutely silent as everybody looked at this guy and went, so you do shave? Sorry.
Okay, what about your exhaust?
Well, I hadn't really prepared for that question, considering I had thought that one was mainly aimed at Russ. But there's nothing wrong with keeping things a little trim. You know, most of our wives do a little bit of that. So least we can do is return the favor and
Exactly.
not look too
Exactly.
unruly.
Mhm.
Well, you got to go to the hairdresser to keep your hair in check. So why
No,
not
you
do it
don't.
down there too?
Do hairdressers do that too?
I haven't been to a
No.
hairdresser in I don't know how long. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's why your hair's so long, Eva.
Yeah.
All right, I've got enough for both of us.
Yeah, nice.
I don't have a problem with hair. I just have a problem with hair on my head.
I know. Well, that's what I was talking about. I've got enough of that for both of us.
What about
Yeah.
you, Sean? We're not leaving you out. What's your favorite manscape style?
I don't manscape. I'll cut my hair just on my head.
Ah.
What about the shaft?
I mean,
Leave that part out.
when I was single, but tied down now, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Uh,
Let's move to the next question.
shall I continue on
Yeah.
with Groot's questions? Let's bring it back to game related. Top 3 favorite HCR2 vehicles and why? Russ.
For me, ever since the race truck was mastered, I love that thing. That thing is so fun. It's just
Mm-hmm.
obviously in transitional tracks, it's not very good, but anything that's speed related or like the Countryside Cup or the some of the Patchwork Plant tracks, the Cup races there, that thing just screams. So it's been a blast to play
Nice.
that one. Yeah. And the muscle car is just the favorite because it's just can do most anything besides not having much grip. But other than that, it's a great car. My last one around at the tops. Ever since we mastered the monster truck, that thing is a beast. I mean, it just kind of blows everything else out of the water as far as speed and the tracks that it likes. So I've enjoyed that.
Nice. Exhaust, how about you? Top
I
3.
would also probably throw that race truck in there just because it's so fast since they did the masteries on that. I would throw the rock bouncer in there since they did masteries, just because I don't know, it's a lot of fun. It just seems to fly over everything, and uh, it's very versatile. You can use it in a lot of the different other challenges and adventure. And as soon as I got that one, the mastery on it, I think I beat like 4 or 5 of my best distances on adventure with it. Uh, And third, I still have a soft spot for the old baby Jeep. Just it can be fun just to get on there and put it in kangaroo mode and bounce around, uh, do some cups in that fashion, or things that can be a lot of fun. But I always kind of mix it up. I'll overuse some for a little while and then change it up and use some other things and run those a bunch.
Nice.
But
With the baby Jeep Kanga setup, do you have a fourth part unlocked? And if so, what do you use for your fourth part with Kanga?
it probably depends on the track, or if it's a I don't, it really just depends on the track. Whatever's most useful. Might be coin, uh might be afterburner, uh, might be a nitro. Just really depends on what I'm running, what that fourth part is.
Hmm.
Yeah, the last team
Nice.
event we had with that mile track, we had the 1 kilometer track, where you had to
Oh
choose
yeah.
either the baby Jeep or the hot rod. I thought the baby Jeep, you could use either nitro was one way, there was a fuel way, there was a afterburner way that was a little smoother, and so it all depended, I guess, on what you like and what your style was. But for me, I stuck with the hot rod because I could not do the damn kangaroo
Yeah,
for a
same.
consistent 1 kilometer ever.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. Although I practiced that thing with the Jeep a lot, but I just never got consistent enough with it.
Yeah, me neither.
That track was afterburner, was the easiest.
Yeah, for Jeep, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I've got another question here from Groot. Top 3 favorite vehicles in real life. We'll go back to Russ.
Wow, it's the top. I mean, my first one was really easy because I'm not like really a crazy carophile, I guess. I don't really have. I'm not really a nut about cars, but I do enjoy them and enjoy working on them. But I was stationed in Okinawa, and the 3-cylinder Nissan turbocharged Skylines were the most badass vehicle I ever enjoyed to see and race around on the island there. I thought those were freaking sweet. So I always liked the Skylines. Um, Lamborghinis just because they're Lamborghinis. And but as far as then why, I don't know, just because they're fast and freaking look cool. So there's not much other criteria I have for a cool car besides that.
Yep.
A third one, jeez. I wrote down 2 cars. That's all I had.
Well, why don't we try the other side of vehicles and go off-road? Do you have a favorite off-road vehicle?
Well, I did own a Tacoma for about 10 years, so I like the Toyota Tacoma just as far as a all-around just great freaking little truck that they'll do anything, I think, and super reliable. I love that thing. But
Nice.
unfortunately, back trouble and shifting my manual transmission led me to my MDX that I own today.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair enough.
Went to a soccer mom car for my Tacoma.
How about your exhaust?
It could have been worse. It could have been a Subaru.
That's right.
That's funny because my youngest, we were trying to find a car for him here recently, and he was adamant that he was not going to drive a Subaru.
Yep.
And we were seeing a lot of good deals on Subarus and kept trying to point those out to him. And he was just adamant that that was not the car for him. Luckily, we ended up finding something more to his taste. But
Yep.
back on
Yeah.
back on topic, I guess I've never been someone that's really invested a lot in automobiles and so on there. For myself, but I've always appreciated the cool cars and stuff. But I've always loved like the muscle cars of the late '60s and early '70s.
Yeah.
My uncle has a '67 Mustang Shelby GT 500 that is that it's the same car if you've ever seen the movie Gone in 60 Seconds with
Busted
Nicolas
one.
Cage. The Eleanor car
Mm.
at the end.
No, that's the second Gone in 60 Seconds.
But
Gone in 2 minutes.
No, because there was the original movie was a mustard GT350, whereas the second movie was a mocked up GT500. Yep.
I didn't know there was two of them, but I guess I only
Yeah.
saw the one that had him and Angelina Jolie in
Jolie.
it. But
And trust me, for cinematic movie, like to actually watch the movie, the second one is a better movie. But
yeah,
the first one was basically some people who love driving cars fast, making a movie about driving cars fast. And one of the biggest ever chase scenes ever filmed in the world is in the original Gone in 60 Seconds. And it was no CGI. Every single scene was filmed with a real car and a real driver and an idiot driving it. It is just crazy what they did back in the 70s. And they did it on public
Huh.
roads. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. It's probably available on
This is
YouTube somewhere.
1974. This
But
is
for sure.
1974. I haven't seen
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So, acting wise, there is none. The premise is exactly the same. It's the same movie, but the reasons why change a little bit. But it's a really, really good as an absolute car nut. It's a great movie to watch because it's like, wow, they did this without miniature cameras. They did this without, all of that stuff. There was a guy
So-
driving that car going over a.
So is it similar to the car chase scene in the movie Bullet in the late 60s? If you're a car chase
Yeah, look,
enthusiast, you had to have seen that one.
Yeah. No. It makes that look like. I mean, the bullet scene is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, right? But the bullet scene was more choreographed, and this is raw. This was filmed, from people hanging out the side of a car, and you could see that it was not as finessed. Do you know what I mean? The budget was probably a
Yeah.
third the budget of Bullet. There was no big name actors in this movie. It was just all about the cars. The cars were the stars, not the movie star.
Not the actual story.
Not the actual, not the story, not the actors.
Yeah.
It was all about the cars, and that's why the movie, the name Eleanor, when it relates to any GT350 or GT500, is trademarked because Eleanor was the movie actor, not the actor who was driving it. So the people who made the movie, the actual, not the wife, because he's passed away. The guy who built the movie, built the car, has passed away. His widow has trademarked everything. So there are people, trying to sell, inverted commas, Eleanor online,
Yeah.
and they basically get taken to court to remove the name Eleanor and the likeness.
Wow.
Even though Eleanor was based on a car that was mass produced by, Shelby America. They've gone one step further and said, no, if you call it Eleanor, then you're infringing on our copyright.
Huh.
Yeah. So
how's that for a little bit of movie trivia?
yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I go, but those GT500s are amazing. Sorry, I digress. They are
All in all,
beautiful
it's the
cars.
coolest car I've ever ridden in. It's he had a shop building, like a garage at his house, that had like metal siding in it, and he would fire that thing up in there, and you could hear like the whole building like rattle. It was
Yeah.
that thing is a crazy car.
Well,
But
there's not many Not many cars made in the world that have functional side pipes. You know, exhausts that come out the side of the car, not the back of the car.
No.
There's very few. So, you know, like the Dodge Viper, the AC Cobra, all these cars that had functional side pipes. There's a reason they don't make them.
No. It would probably be a fire danger around here where things are dry right now.
Or not so much that, it's getting out the car and burning your leg as you get out.
Yeah, I believe
Oh.
that.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Getting out the car and burning your leg, burning the back of your calf as you get in or out, amongst other things. But yeah, no, those cars were just mythical and amazing. And both movies pay homage to those cars. Don't get me wrong, but the original movie was just a car chase movie with some actors to fill in the space. You know, whereas the other one was the other way around. It was an acting movie with some cars to fill in the space and some pretty cool chase scenes as well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But a lot of big name actors.
Yeah. They did the same with the Italian Job.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the original Italian Job?
Not the original. I've seen the newer one with the little minis.
Oh, they both had
that.
minis. They both had minis, but the original one had Michael Caine in it, Benny Hill, and a few other really cool people. And it was about a bank job in Italy. They stole money from Fiat. They stole a gold transport from Fiat. And it was it was a very, very cool movie. But and the minis in those were the stars of the movie as well. So yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
I forgot where we're up to.
Really? All right.
We were talking about favorite cars.
Yep.
Did you get through all of yours, Exhaust?
Yeah, I mean, I guess after that, after that car, I liked to. I had a fondness for some of like the Ferraris of the mid '80s, because I always wanted to be Don Johnson on Miami Vice or Tom Selleck on Magnum PI and drive that beautiful car past all of the bikinis and beaches and so on. But
Nice.
instead, I grew up and have driven mostly family cars.
Yep. Fair enough.
When I was a teenager, I'd always wanted a Mini Cooper, smallest available car at the time, and I'd always been quite tall, so I just thought it would have been funny seeing me try to get out of it like that guy on The Simpsons.
The only way you could do that successfully and not look funny is if you were dressed as a clown.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be a professional like football player, like an American football player that was a defensive lineman. The guy was probably 6'7", 325 pounds or whatever. I'm not sure what that would be in kilos for you guys, but
200 plus.
but a massive guy, and he used to drive. It was a smart car.
Oh my God.
It was like a Hello Kitty smart car that he would show up to the to the stadium in. This was a number of years ago. I don't know how that guy, he had to have put some custom seats or something into it because those cars are tiny,
Yeah.
like a can of sardines.
Do you guys know of the bodybuilder Eddie Hall?
No.
No.
Not for me.
He's a English guy, and I don't know if he still holds it, but he held the world record for the 500 kilo deadlift. So he's a pretty big guy, and he got into a one-person car and was driving it around the shopping center aisles and things like that. It was tiny, and he couldn't get out of it.
Oh, jeez.
It was so funny to see.
When you need a shoehorn to get into your car, you
Yeah.
maybe need to get a bigger car. Yeah. All right.
All right, Eva, you're up.
I'm going to ask one last one from AGilr B by you. Okay, so she's asked the question. This is specifically for Russ. How long before you hit top 10 on EU will you bypass? Will you pass Bojack, or do you want to stay below him to stare at his balls?
Why would my balls want to look at anyone else's balls? That's the first question. I guess shortly after that, I guess I actually did hit the top 10 on our team as far as scoring, and so I achieved that very quickly. She assigned me a goal, and I achieved it. So I felt really proud of myself. So I didn't have to look at Bojack's, undercarriage.
Jeez. Oh, jeez. All right. On that note, JR, your turn.
There are some questions from Bojack. I think this is for Russ. Why are you so much worse than Bo? Why are you so much better than Bo Bro? And what will it take for management to sign you onto our team to become a faux Bo Bro?
I read these questions a couple times, and I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Outside of the first one, I mean, how am I supposed to become a faux Bo Bro? What are we even talking about here?
Honestly, don't know also.
Thank you, JR, because I'm either too drunk or too delirious to even think about what that even means. But like I said, the last one's to boast here a little bit. I did pass Bo, I think, in the last couple of events, so I issue him a challenge that he needs to put me in my place if he wants to keep talking smack.
Fair enough.
I love
I would
it.
like to
love it.
continue on the next question. This is from Keith Chief. He would like to ask you, Ross, do you like pho? This is a Vietnamese noodle soup. And also, I have a follow up question. What's your other Asian food favorite?
Additional Asian food favorite. I like it. So yeah, I love pho. Or pho. Excuse me. I would never
Bless you.
turn down. Yes. Thank you very much. So, being from Alaska, I mean, we have a lot of Vietnamese and Asian influences up there. So there is some pretty killer freaking pho up there. It's fucking good. It kicks ass. So I mean, we have some very amazing, just the depth of flavor we get from the broths that they have up there. The pork broths and things are just incredible. So yes, I love it. I love Vietnamese noodle soup that is named after myself, or I'm named myself after it. I do love the brisket. I don't really do the tripe thing. I'm not really into intestines. I don't know. Do any of you like intestines?
No.
It's funny. It's funny. The first time I ever had pho was probably 30 years, 20 years ago. I'd met a guy from the car scene in Adelaide, and he was half Vietnamese, half Australian. His girlfriend was all Vietnamese, and they took me to this little place, and they served me this soup, and I had no idea what it was, and in it was intestine, and I had no idea what it was. I just ate it and said, "My God, the flavour in that is amazing." And then as we were getting back into his car to drive home, he says to me, "That was intestines."
I eat mine with all of the nasty bits in there. I I have tripe and the tendon meat and the all of the. I usually get the combo with all of the good stuff in it.
Yeah, I must say, if I'd been told what it was to start with, I probably wouldn't have eaten it back then. But I'm glad I did because it was just so tasty.
Mm.
You're just better off not knowing what's in a lot of the best things out there. Do you ever
Yeah.
want to dissect what's in a sausage?
No.
Or a
No,
no.
not interested.
There's all sorts of things that if you had no idea what they were, they're delicious. Uh, from that stuff to the Rocky Mountain oysters to stuff all over the world.
Yeah, I got
The old
recently
Aussie
the
meat
white
pie.
pudding, the white pudding, and the black pudding from England. It's like, oh, it's actually pretty good, but the ingredients don't sound too scintillating.
No.
Yeah, it's the same as with a good old Aussie meat pie. If you knew what was in
I
that, you
love
probably
the
wouldn't
meat
eat them.
pies.
Yeah, but yeah, but Pete, meat pies change from bakery to bakery. Like most places you go to, it's like, yeah, that's great, but you get some places that are just they have
Horrible.
delicious meat pies, and yeah, you get the horrible ones. You go to a supermarket, you buy a pack of 10 for $3. They're absolute garbage, but you do get some very amazing meat pies in places.
You do.
So it's not always bad
The
stuff.
questionable ones, Pete, that you're talking of.
Yeah,
The questionable ones. The one that has just gristle and gravy in it.
Yeah.
It's the lowest form of a meat pie, huh?
Yep.
Mm.
Does it pass for drunk food, or is it just terrible all the way around?
No, it's terrible all the
pass
way
for
around.
drunk food. You can eat anything when you're drunk.
That's true.
Okay. Name one thing you'd like the developers to bring back from the early days of team events or public events. For example, possibility of perfect score of 40k, now it would be 60k. In team, manual matching, lower ticket refill costs in the public event to enable affordable real-time racing with your teammates and friends in public events, etc. We'll go with Russ first.
Man, for me, I guess I'd look at I do like the idea of just a lower ticket cost because I think 60 gems is kind of ridiculous to refill your public
Agreed.
event tickets. And yeah, because again, it drives engagement between people. If you can all race the public for 20 gems, there's going to be a lot more people that are willing to do that, especially in this gem poor mastery environment we are suffering through right now. I think it's best that they would. I think they would do better to have people spend less on the game in that aspect and drive more engagement than charging more. And we're just like 60 gems for wheeling with a fixed freaking part piece of crap event with 4 vehicles, max downforce on your super bike.
Yeah, not my idea of fun.
Winter times. Yeah, it's not a. Hey, Fingersoft, guess what? I don't like your public event. Sucks. If they could give me a message, that would be it. At least let us tune them so we could have them. I don't mind the fixed part thing if you want to make more even for everybody, so there's more people that are competitive. I get that angle. But I think you should also allow us to tune like the super bike so it's at 1 downforce and not 20. Just like that.
That'd make more sense. Yeah, fix it to 1, not 20.
Yeah, at least give us choice on something.
How about you, Exhaust?
I'd just be happy if they would fix the chat that's been wonky for the whole time I've been in this thing and that. But as far as older stuff, I don't know. Have use all of the cars. Bring the tank back. That one was so unpredictable, but kind of added some fun to some of the events and stuff there. Why have a
Yeah.
car on there that you're not going to use? But I don't know. I don't really have a strong preference. We either like the older times of where 10K was the maximum, and uh, it's I don't know. It's sort of like I don't think it really makes a huge difference. It's
I
sort of
think what
like
he
the
means
argument
is
of
it
like
was
the
achievable. So with the
yeah
60K, nobody can achieve the 60K because they just make it impossible.
no. They probably could do it if they geared an event towards it, but
Hmm.
really, there's only certain events that you can really get that 15K. You can do it in a multi jump, you can do it in a long jump, you can do it in a wheelie, but most of the ones that feature a track, like, just like a trial type one, you can barely reach 10K with those. So
Hmm.
it's not quite
Yeah.
achievable, but
I've never
uh,
understood the scoring system there. Like, what's the point of not being able to get the best score? Like,
Yeah.
why?
yeah.
Well, look at it.
Besides to make us all angry.
Well, if there was a time trial, right? If there was a time trial, and the vehicle that track time trial, world record was available, and the parts were available, then the world record would be the 15K, right? And if you could do
In
the world
theory.
record run, right? If you could do the world record run, you get 15K. Simple, right?
I
That
don't think
to
that's
me,
always true for me. I
no,
don't know
no,
if
no,
I,
no,
don't, I
no,
agree
no.
with that.
I think that's what they should do. It's not what they do.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's what they
Yeah.
should do.
Gotcha.
It's not what they do, because at the moment they do, oh my God, there's the world record time. Let's take 5 seconds off it. We'll make that 15K. And
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
no, that makes no sense, because,
Right.
and then they don't even
half,
offer the vehicle in the mix that
Hmm.
is the vehicle that does the world record.
Right.
some of those, even the world record, the one that's up there is not necessarily even a legitimate world record.
Yeah, that
Some
that
of
too.
those, you
That
get
too.
some of those that
I mean,
you could
I mean,
probably
I've
get
yet
15K
to
if you're a
see.
hacker.
Yeah, I haven't seen a team event yet where we are allowed to drive through a mountainside and then finish and win. You see, yeah, that's how you get those really good times, driving through the
Yeah.
mountain. Yeah.
That is the most efficient way.
Not over the top of it. You go through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I
All
made it
right.
awkward.
Sorry, what was that, Pete?
Carry on, as you
Right.
were. Forget I spoke.
Forget you spoke. Well, that's easy for me.
Who's next?
I am next. Here is a question from Hulkster. Here's a question from Hulkster. Thanks for the question, Hulkster. Question for Exhaust from Bad Ads. Why does your team have a strong hold on Actuary, and why does Actuary not play on Empire?
He just likes us. We're good peeps. He's been around. He's tried some other teams and so on, but he just keeps coming back to us. We're just a lot of fun, you know.
Yep.
Where else are there going to be jokes in the chat about tea bags and what else? You name it. He likes to hang with our bunch of juvenile humor and uh,
Hang being the operative word.
yeah.
Right. Like, he's currently named on our team. He's hang low. And so
Yeah.
I'd have to score above him to actually make the thing work, but he's so good I can't outscore him.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I think
Dan?
you had done it a couple of times the previous event, but he was too good at this last one after he changed the name.
Yeah.
He just picked the
But he
wrong
was
event to do
support.
it.
Support was still good. He was,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was either support my balls or my balls support. It was a double entendre. It was fantastic. He named himself support.
For a little while there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, from my memory of Actuary and Hulkster, they were all part of USA, and the
Yeah.
USA server was it was basically the joke server. You went on there and everything was funny. So I could see how
Yeah.
he would stick around with you guys.
Yeah. He for a while there he did have the two accounts, and he kept one of them on Bad Dads, and he had the other one running with those guys. And I think he kind of got burned out on it a little bit and ended up taking a little bit of time away from the game. And then he kind of surprised us by just showing back up. But I think he's just keeping it low key and having the one account, and uh, I don't think he's wanting to go through the effort of having to do mastery on two accounts.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's the key to the longevity. I mean, it's hard to. It's, 2 accounts has been enough for me compared to some of the other guests, like Silk 42 has, I think, 5, right?
No,
Which just
42.
blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my second account doesn't have a lot of the masteries on it, but I'm on our third team, so I can still be competitive at that level without all of it. But if you're
Right.
going to compete up in Div 1 or CC, you have to have your masteries and keep on it.
Yep.
And if you're just wanting to not take it too seriously and devote a boatload of time and or money to it, or
It's
both,
mainly coins, I think. Coins is
Yeah.
the biggest problem.
Mhm.
I mean, the double XP weekends help a lot.
Yeah, except for
Until
they
you
always
can't
fall
upgrade.
like 1 week, like 2 days. They'll always come like 2 days before the next car comes up when we've already
Yeah.
finished the last one.
Well, on my main, yes, my main finishes the
Yeah.
account, the alts pretty quickly, but my alt just sits because I run out of coins, and then I wait and
Yeah.
wait and wait, and then through the month, I'll get coins through team events and everything else, and I'll catch up. But I usually use an XP weekend to try and catch up on my alt account,
Yeah.
even if it's just to get them to the point where all I have to do is add the coins to make it the next step, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my alt account, my other one, I think I've only got like 250,000 coins in there right now.
Yep.
It's not, and I'm not anywhere close to being able to get another mastery paid off. Uh,
Fair
but
enough.
yeah, those do come in handy for those alt accounts. The main accounts you have to keep up, and by the time the double XP weekend comes around, it's almost too late for your main account.
Too late for the main account. Yeah. Yep.
But they've already moved on. There's a hammering you with the next mastery vehicle in the team event.
Yeah, well, we're using one currently that has the one that'll start tomorrow. We're already in that event.
Yep. No pressure.
Yeah.
Which one's that?
The hover bike starts
Hover bike?
tomorrow, right? Or
Yeah, it starts on
Oh.
Monday.
It's in the next
The
3 team
hovercraft or
event.
whatever. Yeah, whatever hover bike.
Yeah. Interesting. I honestly don't see why we're upgrading the hover bike.
So early.
Yeah.
There's plenty of
other-
other vehicles that need it before a hoverbike does.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
somebody goes to like the rally in the buggy were some of the first cars in this game in
Yep.
ACR2, and they're the last to get any mastery.
And
or the diesel.
Right,
honestly,
yeah, the diesel.
honestly, the rock bouncer didn't need upgrading. The rock bouncer was seriously fast before any upgrades. Once you got used to using those squishy tires, it was actually quite a good vehicle without the upgrades. The upgrades have made it even faster again, but it wasn't needed, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Is it my question or JR's question?
JR's question.
Okay, so there's a question here from Static. 2 questions for Russ. What has been your favorite moment on your Europe trip with your son? And which team do you enjoy playing with more, Bad Dads or Empire?
Yeah, the Europe trip, that was like a highlight reel. I mean, that's tough. Because my dad took me on a trip when I was 10 to I grew up in Anchorage, Alaska. So I was in some small, 200,000 person town, and I went to New York City, and that was quite a freaking eye opener. I tell you what. So I mean, I always remember that trip, and I had a circumstance where I happened to retire early from the government because of all the Elon Musk and Trump things going on. So they said I could retire early, so I said okay, goodbye. So I took my son to Europe, So I was like, I'm gonna take him on a memorable trip. I was so excited. And so and he's 13, so a little bit later than I did mine, but I think it was really, his eyes are a little more open at his age than I was at 10, trying to go to see an opera in all Italian language. At 10 years old, you're like, what the hell have I got myself into? But I mean, looking back, it's still really cool. But you can imagine. So for me, gosh, I think Stonehenge was a really fun tour for him. We just, we spent the whole morning together on the bus, and we just went out there and checked it all out and learned about some of the mystical history of it all and things. And just wherever I went with them, though, the whole trip was just really cool. I mean, got to see, we got to do high tea on the Thames River. We got to do, bike tours in Amsterdam and just see all kinds of different things and historical sites. It was just an amazing trip.
Did you
sorry?
Did you go into Bath?
No, we did not.
You did not go into Bath, because I did a Stonehenge tour, which included a trip into Bath for some tea and stuff. And I thought it was a stunning little city. But Stonehenge was amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was beautiful.
Stonehenge was just absolutely amazing. Did you manage to get any photos of Stonehenge from a distance? Like the whole...
Oh, like from, yeah, we did from like even the tour bus. I shot a couple just as we were coming up on it, but we also, instead of riding on the bus out to the tour site, we ended up walking out there, and so I got several from the distance. Yeah, it was really cool.
Good. Yeah,
I
because
mean, the time of day wasn't very good. The light was like, you being a photographer, that the late morning light was not fantastic, but it was still way cool. Just the whole vibe of the place.
Yeah. So I'll happily share you. I'll share you some of mine. You can, if you want them to print, you're welcome to them. Just let me know, and I'll send you the full res ones.
Yeah, for sure.
They were, yeah. I was, yeah. Anyway, I digress. But I'll send some to you.
For sure. I look forward to that. And then the divisive question was, do you enjoy playing more with Bad Dads or Empire? And that's, I love that. I love that question because, in my former career as a contract specialist, the word that we use for lots of questions like this was, it depends. Because it always depends. Because I mean, it depends on what you're after. I mean, for me, Bad Dads is a level of fun and a level of competitiveness, because I think we have some really great players that kick ass on there, and so I think it's really cool that we have a fun team that does really well, and then we have Empire, which is very. I'm just like they're way more competitive on the front of like we're gonna get the best players that we can from, and we're gonna make sure we check your license before we put you on the team and those types of things, and make sure that you're worthy or whatever. So, and Sean, you didn't hear me earlier, but I was telling them about how I failed with name dropping you because you'd played with us on Bad Dads for a little bit, and then I was trying to come to Empire with my other account, and I was like, I know Sean, and you're like, who's Russ? I don't know who the hell this is.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know this guy.
I'm like, how could you forget my balls? I mean, come on. It's iconic.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
all worked
that's
out in the
really
end.
good. That's really good. Here is another question from Static for Exhaust. How do you manage multiple accounts and leading one of the Bad Dads teams?
Well, I just try to keep up for the most part. These days, it's just kind of a scramble to keep up with all the mastery and getting your runs in and so on. Uh, the the main account, I don't have to do it. Just compete is pretty much what I have to do there. And but it's actually been a bit of a challenge with the other account, just trying to get good people for that team. I at any one point in time, I can go and drop 15 people that haven't run a kilometer yet in the last week. But I try to drop only a few at a time, just because if you're missing 20 slots, you're a less attractive team for people to join. So it's always a challenge trying to get good people down there. And whenever I do get good people down there, they move up to one of our other teams.
Yeah.
So, but we do have a few solid people down there that were just looking to still be able to compete, but weren't wanting the commitment of doing one of the more advanced teams. So I've got a few sandbaggers down there that that probably could move up. Couple who have actually been on the main team before in the past, but it's always a challenge. But the biggest thing is just trying to keep up with mastery on two accounts.
We've had the same setup before with Oz and Z. We had the main team, the second team, and the third team. But yeah, we changed it up a bit. Mhm. There is a question here from Sean. Would you like to ask your own question? Sean, it's in the episode questions channel. Yes.
The one for the
Please
balls.
ask away.
Yeah.
So when Sean lands on top of you on the scoreboard, do you try harder to improve to get out from underneath him? Balls.
He's muted. I don't know if he knows he's muted, but he's muted.
I know I'm muted now.
He's laughing. That's why.
Do you like being
right.
under Sean's balls? That's his
You caught me.
question.
That's right. I'm like, he left out the balls part, but I know where he was going with that. Well, the problem is that Sean, you're pretty freaking. You definitely work pretty hard in this game to make yourself pretty freaking awesome. So yeah, it's pretty hard to get above you and drape myself upon you. It's not something that happens too often.
But it's happened before.
Yeah, until you finally show up and try, and then you leave me in the dust.
This is my own question. There's been a lot of talk about balls, so we're going to move slightly higher.
Oh, good.
Have you ever named your member?
Franken-
And is it
Frank-
also named Russell the Love Muscle?
It has been named that before. Yes, I've named my member Tank before, and not because of Hill Climb Racing 2, but it does fit into this podcast quite well.
Excellent. Do you
There
eat
is
fast?
so many things I can say, but I'm not going to.
I wouldn't name it Tank right now because it doesn't get any use.
Well played,
Um,
Exhaust. Well played.
yep.
Do you like to
Yep.
eat pho with balls in it?
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, balls. I mean, I'll try to try it again next time because all you have convinced me that I need to. If I'm going to have the Pho King name, I got to at least indulge in all the different kinds of pho that are available to me.
Exactly right. And last one. Have you ever placed your balls on a car to make it more ballsy?
It sounds like Step Brothers, that movie with Will Ferrell. No, I have not, because you know what? I'm not compensating for anything at this time. I have no more to give. You got to bleep that out. But yes.
I'm not sure that's the worst thing that you've said or anyone has said on this podcast.
Right. I'm trying to be on my best behavior.
You're doing very well.
Yes. Yes,
Alrighty.
indeed.
You're up, Eva.
My turn. Okay. There is a question from Aria, who has, it's already been said, is how did you get your name, Russ? So it's just a shout out to Aria. Thanks for the question. Unfortunately, it hasn't been asked because it's already been answered. Here's a question from Cap A. While we're keeping things above and below the belt. Thanks for the question, Cap A. How do you eat your meatballs?
Hopefully with your mouth.
Russ, you first.
Me first? Well, there's a couple ways. I would do a Swedish meatball. If you like the IKEA meatballs there, have you ever been to IKEA? You have that over in
yeah.
New Zealand?
Oh, yeah.
I've been to IKEA just for the meatballs before.
There you go. There you go.
And it's not a short drive either for me.
They are something special then to you.
Yeah, they are. They
Yeah.
are indeed. And the sauce on them is just fantastic.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So it's either that or an Italian style one, with like fresh mozzarella and some tomato sauce. It's always the cat's meow right there.
Definitely. All right. JR, your question?
A question here from Varun. To both, does your son play AGilr too? If not, what games does he play? So when did you start playing the game, which you've answered? So does your son play AGilr too? Exhaust, you first.
My son actually, my youngest, is the only one that's played it. He used to be on our third team that I was the leader of, and I actually had to boot him because he wasn't playing. But he played for a while, and then his interests moved on to like Clash of Clans or something like that. He doesn't stick with one game for a long time, so he'll go in spurts and go and play a whole bunch of one thing, and then move on to something else, and then something else. But yeah, no, he has played on Bad Dads before. But none of my other three, I've got three other kids, but none of them have ever played this game. They've all done some gaming and stuff there, but no hill climb racing. My daughter, when I told her I was doing this podcast, I was informed of what a nerd I was.
I
Oh,
hope
well,
they
shit
listen.
happens.
They have podcasts for that.
It's been running for almost 4 years. You tell her. Yep.
Yeah, I will inform her that it's very
Yeah, right.
prestigious It's been around for a while.
What about you, Russ? Does your kid play AGR too?
My son did kind of stand in for me just for fun, but he did just like cup races and adventures or whatever. But no, he hasn't been too into it. He basically has done like Fortnite. Late, then he was into the what the heck's that? What's the freaking Clash? It's not the Clash of Clans, but it was a really popular game lately. I'm totally drawing a blank.
Clash Royale.
Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars.
Oh, Brawl Stars.
Yeah, and so he was into that for a bit. Now, but he's just my son's always an outdoors kid. He loves. I mean, every day he's on his bike, just biking around, or he's playing golf, or he's playing soccer, basketball, which he does comp stuff for that. So he's a very active. He's all boy, that's for sure. This kid's always on the go. So. Yep, so it doesn't do a lot of games, but when he does, yeah, Fortnite and Brawl Stars were the most recent things.
Project question. Why are balls so important that they are called that?
I think we sort of answered that one.
Hmm.
It was just for fun and beating the censors.
All right, well, I'll skip
And be a
to...
good dad's name, right?
Yeah, it had to be a good name. And it's always fun trying to beat the censors.
Yes.
Always. Here's a couple of questions from Cap A. Why do you play the game? We've already asked that. If you could change one thing in the game, what would it be? We've already asked that. If you could make a big merge happen, 3+ teams, which teams would they be? We'll go with Russ.
Teams. I'll be on Empire, I guess. Well, it's tough not to acknowledge that Vortex has been pretty much a pretty big force right now as far as being number one. This is only the competitive side of me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So Empire, maybe North would be thrown in there. But why? I don't know. Just because all these people are the best of the best, you know.
Yep.
But again, I'm not. Even though I'm competitive, I'm not like I don't want to be on the best of the best and just be a try hard. I just want to enjoy it, and also I like to be competitive, and I think I do okay. But I'm not going to spend hours trying to perfect a track or anything like that. It's just not my style. So
Yeah.
yeah, for me, the reasons for merging top three teams would, for me, that question doesn't mean a lot to me because I'm not into just the total gaming aspect of it. I like the whole aspect of the Discord part and the game part and the competitive part.
Nice. How about you, Exhaust?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I could think of somebody that I would like to see combined. We've kind of been of the mindset at Bad Dads that we've had opportunities to do mergers or combinations before, and we've just kind of wanted to be our own, stand on our own 2 feet and keep our own culture and so on. And not have to worry about who's moving up, who's moving down, lose people, gain people, all that stuff. We uh, have passed up opportunities to merge. So I don't know. I'm not a big. I know that's kind of something that you have to do if you want to compete in the game at the very highest level. Otherwise it's hard to recruit one by one to when there's teams of 50 people. But it's just not something that I'm that interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Just like having fun and seeing new people, come and go, and just continue having fun and trying to figure out these crazy events that they throw our way.
Nice. That's fair. All right. I think it's Eva's turn.
So, question from Jay Hay. When all the mastery will be done, what do you think is going to be the next thing? Example, extra part than legendary, stronger than legendary, or a level 2 of mastery, or a new part, etc. Russ, what do you think? What do you think the next thing after mastery will be?
I wouldn't be surprised if they threw us out another vehicle or two, because I'm suspiciously at 100,000 scrap. So I know I've way too much for them to not want to make me throw scrap at something new. As much as that makes me sick to my stomach, I don't want to see another new vehicle right now. I've enjoyed that break at least.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If
I
you're,
just couldn't believe how we were stuck with the glider and the raider and the bolt and the masteries, and that was like the worst part of the stage of all this for me.
How long
Fair
ago
enough.
was the last vehicle drop?
Good question.
Just the bolt.
Yeah, the
It was
bolt.
pretty
Yeah.
recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you know Fingersoft Sulla, she mentioned once that they wait until I max my account and then they release another car. So my account is maxed. That's what I'm saying.
What does that mean?
When is this new car coming? Because Sulla, you said as soon as I max my account, we're getting a new car. But yeah, that was a couple of months ago. I maxed my account.
They must have noticed yet.
Maybe. Now that I've said it, maybe they might react. Who knows? But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? We want them to do more. What about you, Exhaust? What would you like to see next?
What would I like to see, or what do I think they'll do? the
No,
latter, I'm not sure of. I'm pretty much guarantee that whatever they do come up with, it'll cost me a lot of gems, coins, or cash if I if I need to get about it quickly. I pretty much guarantee it's pretty much guaranteed that they'll come up with some new tracks and cars, on a regular basis. But who knows what they'll come up with as far as whether it's a new part like when they did Nitro, or just adding some additional parts to a few vehicles, or they started doing a lot of those things right when I was getting very close to having a max account. Then I never quite completely caught up on that.
I was just going to say, what about you, Sean? What would you want to see?
I don't know what I'd want to see. Oh, the the best thing that I used to like about the game is like the old team events where they don't have the meter. The jumping meter.
Yep.
I hate that thing. I like how you can just take as much time as you want, struggle, and just keep jumping and to get over stuff. Kangaroo, obviously,
Yep.
but yeah. Once they introduce the meter, it's like you have to go fast and you can't get stuck somewhere because you're toast. The wheelie meter in this current public event is really annoying. It's like instantly times you out.
Yeah, I call it the
Interesting.
bum drag meter.
Yeah.
It's out of whack. Definitely.
Well, I'm just glad I haven't found out how to fix it, and I can't play it.
No, the team event.
Yeah, the team
wrong.
event. Actually, no, the team event with the
I
biggest.
suppose I haven't opened the game in the new event yet.
Yeah, no. The old team event was. I really liked it. I got a couple of 12Ks on both
Ooh,
accounts.
nice.
Yeah,
What
with
vehicle?
with the
Radar.
buggy. The buggy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got right to the top of that hill with the buggy. I got some really good drive going up that last incline, which then flew me right over into that spot where you'd go down the tunnel and then down the other side. And I'd kind of get a little bit of wheelie going down the hill. So no jump shocks, just wheelie, coin, and wings.
What's suspension level?
There's 1.
1.
Sorry, no. Sorry, 20. Suspension
Okay.
level 20, but cabin. I reduced the structural
roll cage to
rigidity,
1.
the roll cage down to 1. Yeah.
Interesting.
Make it lighter so you can go further on fuel.
Is that what it does?
No, but that's what I think.
It's the psychological
So-
advantage.
Yeah.
So it's not about whether or not it works. It's just what you think. So
Yeah.
that's what I do. No jump shocks though, and I've seen the guys with jump shocks, and they're great with them, but I just can't do them. So I
Yeah.
and it was
Have you ever
one
tried
in
level 3 with your coin on that? To not whip you
Sorry.
back so bad.
level 3 on your
Yeah,
on.
on the coin.
Okay.
It makes it more manageable for me.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, I'll have a look. Okay.
Next time it pops up, you'll have a crack.
Next time, next
Yeah,
time.
the next 5 years, you might try it out.
Yeah. Now that we've talked about it,
Mm-hmm. See, what you need to do is join the Empire streams, and then you can get all these sort of tips and advice as you go.
I will. I am so time poor through the day,
Yeah.
and most of you guys are on during the day, which is understandable because that's when you're awake. So yeah, but I'm very time poor through the day. But I do see it every now and then and go, oh shit, I need to go on there. So I will come back.
All right. So for exhaust and rust, who do you like to watch stream the most? How often does Bad Dad stream? How often does Empire stream? And then how often do you join their streams? Or do you ever join the Friday, Saturday Canada new event streams with ProJ? It's just streaming questions. So go ahead.
Go, Russ. Seeing as you're in
Well,
both.
I mean, since there's only one team that streams the most for me, it's Empire. So by default, they win the streaming competition there. Yeah, I don't know. The Exhaust, is any of the Bad Dads team? Do they stream ever?
Not that I've seen. I really haven't watched much of anything as far as like live streams of the game or anything like that.
That's what I thought. I didn't think we streamed anywhere that I'd seen. So yeah, but Empire ones are cool because I mean it's like holy cow, you know. Between Sean and Rex, and sometimes I see Rat, and I never caught Model Victor, but did catch Verishak one time that he was on there. And but for me, Empire streams every night practically that I've seen, except for they miss a few nights here and there. But for the most part, it's pretty rock solid that they're going to hit and have some people on every night. So I join in like when I can, but I'm not much of a night owl, and they're usually streaming at about 10 o'clock my time. And my swim team starts at 6 a.m. So it means I have to get up about 5:20 in the morning so to make that. So I definitely I have to prioritize my fitness over the hill climb racing for my own life choice reasons for sure. But yeah, I've never joined a Canada screen either. But I just joined their server about a week and a half ago, so I'll definitely get on one of them because they're just really cool. I mean, between the ones on Empire that where you just see people that are actually good at the game, and I'm just like, they're above average, try hard. As far as talent's concerned, I have my days. But yeah, seeing Rex and Sean and the way you guys dissect the game and just take it, just totally tell each little part of it. I've definitely gotten better by watching these guys and seeing just the little tips and tricks they point out in every track and how to run your line. It's really cool. So for me, being a little bit competitive, I do like that angle of it.
Exhaust, have you answered, didn't you?
Yeah, I haven't really watched much of that streaming. I mean, we just like share videos and stuff on our Discord of, of the different events and so on. If somebody, there'll be people just screen record their runs and get tips that way. But I haven't uh, watched any of the streaming stuff. I just probably recently became aware of its existence. So
Well, there you go. All right.
now
Should
I know
we
you guys are in
move on
trouble.
to? Should we move on to the quiz?
Let's move on.
Jack Rabbit,
Let's
Eva,
move on.
are you guys ready?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
ready,
ready
yeah.
too. Who should we have on the quiz, Eva? All three or just two? Exhaust and rest.
I think
Just
if
two.
you don't want to add Sean,
Does Sean want to join? He's been more of a host than a guest in this one, but I don't know. Do you want to join in the quiz, Sean?
I don't care. If you want to quiz me, you can.
Excellent. Let's join.
Okay. So we will go with the order of Exhaust will answer first, then Ross, and then Sean will answer last. This is the part of the podcast where we have the Never Have I Ever Hill Climb Racing 2 edition. 1 point each if you have never done this before. Let's go on with the question number one. Have you ever won a team event ticket on a live stream? Exhaust.
What
Have
was
you
the
ever
question
won a team
again?
event ticket on a live stream on Discord?
I
Okay,
don't believe so.
Russ. Yes,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Sean, obviously. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just a few 100,000.
Next question. Have you ever made a custom track? Exhaust.
When it first came out, I probably did make a couple of them.
Okay. And Russ, have you made a custom track?
I've made most of one, but I was mostly to name it Fondle. So you could see how it comes out in this community chest or community event. It'd be censored by Microsoft anyways.
How about
So the track name is Fondle by
Mhm.
Marbles.
That's right.
It's very interesting. Have you made a custom track, Sean?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've made a couple.
Which leads to the next question. Has your custom track ever been featured in the community showcase? Exhaust.
No,
No.
I did not show it to anybody. I'm not. I did not exactly share that track anywhere.
What about you, Russ?
You're not just showing people anything exhaust?
I think
I covered my
we
track.
would have. I think we would have found out about if it was if one of Russ's tracks got featured, we would have known about it by now because there would have been a ball joke about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've just been held down by the man on that one. They just won't feature my track because it's just too naughty.
And what about you, Sean?
Yeah, I've published a couple, but yeah, they've never been
Not
featured.
featured on the community showcase. Okay. Next question. Have you ever spent gems to get the XP multiplier in the shop? Exhaust.
Yes, I have. When I've had
Yep.
the gems to do it.
What about you, Russ?
Is this Gemaholics Anonymous? Because yes, I have. I've probably spent too much on that my wife would probably kill me for if she knew the
Why?
extent of this gambling
Oh my
addiction that I
gosh.
have.
This is what I'm curious to know. Have you spent gems to get XP multiplier in the shop in all your 4 accounts, Sean? Oh
Yep, all
God.
4 of them. Every time I
Huh?
have 1,000 gems saved up,
Oh.
I buy it just so I don't
Yes,
Oh
spend them
yeah,
on
yeah,
anything
yeah.
else.
he's got the Fingersoft Platinum card.
I hope Grace is not listening. Okay, next question. Have you ever spent 4,000 gems and purchased the legendary chest for XP? Exhaust.
No, I haven't ever had enough gems to
Yeah,
do that one.
yeah. And Russ, what about you?
There was one time I pressed that mother by
Really?
accident.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, that's what I wanted to put in the support request, but I know they'd just be like, "Screw off, Russ." But
I bet you regret
that pissed me off so bad. I mean, I almost lexed my
why.
phone. You know,
Yep, yep. And
if I was ever close to lexing a phone, it would be that. That needs to be a verb term, by the way. Lexing your phone.
oh my
That,
gosh.
yeah,
Probably only happens if
that
it's a
makes me
car
want to
you
shut
have all
my
your
phone.
parts for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was
And
terrible.
what about you, Sean?
Rest in peace, my 4,000
Right.
gems.
Yes.
No, I've never had enough
Not on the
gems either.
4,000 amount. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
No.
Next question. Have you ever spent real money in the game? Exhaust.
Not if my wife was listening, but
Yep.
yeah, I tend to whenever we get a new
Ooh.
car, I tend to not be patient and just go ahead and buy
Oh.
it so that we can
Yeah.
start so I
Mm-hmm.
can start
Yep. Yep.
accumulating
Yep.
parts
I
for
get
it.
your point. What about you, Russ?
It's a wise investment, Exhaust. I
Mhm.
fully support your position.
What about you, Russ? Have you spent real money?
Oh yeah, I've spent real money in the game.
Okay. And you, Sean?
I
Yeah.
don't care to know how much.
You
I
don't
don't
want
want to
to know.
ever know how much.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I've never bought I've never
Mm.
bought a car, but I just recently bought that new VIP because I wanted to master the rotator
Oh,
quicker. And
yeah.
so
Uh-huh.
I tried it out. It's definitely
Mm.
twice as fast.
Yeah.
I could see.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yep.
right.
Okay.
And guilty of that one as well.
Oh, and it's
Yeah.
4 times faster on an
Mhm.
XP weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or 8
Mhm.
times faster if you add
Okay.
the doubler.
I am
Yeah,
curious
yeah.
to know about this next question. Have you all completed masteries for all current vehicles with mastery exhaust?
On my main, I'm all
Mm.
caught up until
Mhm.
Monday, but my other one, I'm not anywhere close.
Okay. And you, Ross?
Yeah, my main is all good to go. I got probably on my Pho King one. I got I think 6 million that could
Yeah,
be
yeah.
mastered.
Mm-hmm.
So I unlocked my formula just
Oh.
recently. Just I don't know why, but I decided to go for. I have the sticky tires, so I had the
Mm.
second one done. Um, I think I was looking forward at the cars that are coming in
Mhm.
the next events, and
Yeah.
decided that was what I wanted to do. But the Hill Climb Mark II is also one that's in future events, but I just have a hard time
Yeah,
spending money
yeah.
on that one. It just doesn't. It
Mhm,
doesn't
mhm.
interest me at all.
And what about you, Sean?
Yeah. So on my main account, I have everything done. Except for I have never bought the Moonlander fourth part because I thought that was the most useless part in the game.
Right?
Yeah.
It's unlocked though. And then on my second account, everything's all done except for the mono
Oh.
wheel. and I haven't bought a couple of
Yeah.
the fourth parts that I didn't think were like the
Mhm.
formula. I haven't bought.
Oh,
So, and the
yeah.
Moonlander, obviously.
Mhm.
But yeah, those are the pretty
Yeah.
good
Okay.
accounts.
Cool. And next question: have you ever thought of giving up playing the game? Exhaust.
Not really. I've thought about at times maybe not doing the
Mhm.
second account since Mastery came up, but I haven't really thought about
Yeah.
stopping
Yep.
playing.
Yep. That's good. And you, Ross?
Yeah, now that I thought about it, I have. But I took about a year and 3 or 4 months off sometime in the 2020s. I can't remember when, but yeah, but for whatever reason, I just was like, man. Then people started writing me like, "Hey, Russ, why don't you come back?" It's like a
Need your
little devil on
balls.
my shoulder. It's like, "Hey, Russ, do you want to play?"
Yep.
Here I am,
Yep.
sucked
Yep.
back in.
Mhm. Okay. And what about
But I love it.
you, Sean?
Yeah, I've quit playing once before, a long time ago,
Ah,
before Teams came out. But
yeah.
ever since I came back and Teams
Mhm.
were a thing, I've always been on a team, and it's been
Yes.
pretty
Yes.
fun.
Really cool. Okay. Next question is: have you ever used a prefix in your name to announce what team you're in? So, Exhaust obviously has BD on his name.
I've never thought about it.
And you, Ross?
Yeah, I'm BD
Yeah.
my balls, and then
Mhm.
I'm a EU Pho King in the other account
Oh.
with all the little umlaut double
Oh
dots
my
over everything.
goodness.
So, yes, times
And you,
2.
Sean?
I I have before, but I currently am not
Yeah.
doing it. Unless you count the E in my name
Mhm.
is the Empire E, but that's not even on an Empire team.
Oh.
So
So how many points is that, Eva?
the
That's a yes
No,
Yeah.
because he has done it.
Yeah.
because
Okay.
he has done
Okay.
it
So that's a
before.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Next question. Question number 10. Have you ever created content for a YouTube channel? Exhaust.
I think for a private channel, I think just to share a tip or something once or twice, but not anything shared publicly.
Okay. Next is Russ. Have you ever done that? Created content.
Yes, I have
Ooh. You have your own YouTube? Really?
several times.
Okay.
Yeah,
Have you got your own channel,
yeah.
or was it for
It's
somebody
probably got
else?
all of like eight followers, maybe.
No.
It's under. There's a guy in a ski goggles, and it says, "I am that guy." That's me. That's me
They're not
on
talking
there.
about your OnlyFans, Russ.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's a. Are we keeping this 18 plus? I just need to know
Oh
that,
my
Pete or Ava.
goodness.
we'll keep it below 18 plus.
There's
Okay, perfect.
Everyone's been pretty
No,
good.
no stage names then. Okay,
no
we'll
stage
leave
names.
that
Yeah.
for. Okay,
Well,
thanks for the clarification.
I have an only feet page, so
That's one of my
uh,
bad jokes. It's that your mom's so ugly. She has her own app. It's called Only Fan.
Oh my gosh.
oh, you could double that and go double down on that and say, and you're so ugly that you have the same app, and she is your only fan.
That's right. It's a companion app.
It's a companion app. Yeah, it goes both ways. Oh my god.
Wait, I haven't asked Sean yet. Question number
Oh,
10. Have you
jeez.
created content for YouTube channel, Sean?
Yeah, just don't tell anybody.
We'll keep it a secret, we swear.
Thanks.
Okay. Next question. Have you met another HCR2 teammate or player in real life? Exhaust.
Um, I have a buddy of mine that's on our third team that's with, but somebody from another location. I have not. I actually tried one time to set up a meetup with Sean actually because I was down in his neck of the woods, but I ended up not finishing up way early and would have had to stick around the area for like another 3 or 4 hours to be able to do so.
Oh, okay.
But he's like the only one that's
Oh,
really
really
close
nice.
by
Yeah.
to me.
Make it happen. Meet up one day soon. And what about you, Russ? Have you ever met another HCR2 teammate?
Yeah, I was like, I was in that management group at my work with 3 other guys that played the game. So we were all on a team at one point until I got more crazy competitive. And then a guy I grew up with in Alaska swimming with, I see him every year at the swim meets. So
Cool.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's cool.
Yeah. So I see
Yeah,
my
that's
Alaska
cool.
buddy.
And Sean, have you met?
And he actually races
Mm.
real cars,
Wow, cool.
unlike me.
What about you, Sean? Have you ever met anyone?
Yeah, so I met with RT, I think last year at the
Wow.
country club. So I had some beers. He was having, I, he was drinking something hard, but he was partying for sure. You can ask him. Is he on next one? You can ask him
Yeah.
about it.
I hope he could make it to the next podcast episode with a few other Empire guys. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Last
Yeah.
question. Have you ever done a face reveal on any Discord server, not including the podcast server? Exhaust.
I believe so. I don't recall for sure, but I think I've posted pictures of me doing something somewhere on
Okay.
our Discord.
Okay, cool.
That's scary. I don't remember what I posted. I'm just playing.
Are you talking about your I won't say it. Uh Russ. I think you have, right? You have.
Yeah, I've posted pictures of myself and stuff. Yeah, it's a blast just to see people. People are really engaged with that stuff. It's cool. Like Verishak reached out to me after I had a picture of me with my son from a soccer tournament, and so it's funny, you know. I didn't think I'd be like, "Ooh, wow, Verishak reached out to me," but it's still pretty cool, you know, because you hear from one of the best in the game. You know, it's pretty neat to hear from him, and so it was fun to. So yeah, I've posted some stuff and shared things just because, like I said earlier, I like to share with people and just know more about them than just straight up all the game. I like the whole person
And we like
type of thing.
looking at your photographs in the photo channel in the Agency server. It's really nice of you to share
Oh,
those.
thanks.
And what about Sean? Have you done a face reveal?
Yeah, I've posted like maybe a couple of fishing pictures that
Yes.
had my face in it, and then a couple of mountain biking
Yes, you
pictures.
have. Yes. So cool.
And I think I've streamed also with
Mhm.
maybe Rex, like face.
Oh
We're
yeah,
showing
really?
him like my
Oh,
remodeling
cool.
and
We did a live shot.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool. Were you in that one, Sean?
not in. You mean in the podcast?
No, it was in like just a voice chat. It was like Rex and me, and I think Rat was on it. But yeah, a few different people did a live shot. We turned on our cameras and everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've done that before.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen you. I've seen Rex a lot, and
Mhm.
Sind.
So they're a lot cuter than I am. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
It's always fun when somebody is streaming for the first time and they
Oh,
accidentally
yeah.
turn their camera on. That's
Oh, I
always
used to
fun.
do that all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
It's so
COVID,
much easier to turn on your camera than stream.
yeah, but COVID took out so many people on Teams meetings that didn't realise the camera was still on. That was always a bit of fun. Your camera's still on. Don't get on the toilet. Your camera's still on. Yeah. All right, so this is very exciting. This is very, very exciting. Exhaust, you have scored a 5 nevers, which is very impressive. It's about the middle of the road, so you get nothing. Sean, you've scored a very, very impressive 2 nevers,
Ooh.
which is really impressive. That's like really amazing. But you also get nothing because Russ has only done 1 never.
Is that a new record?
That is a new record for a guest. Yes.
Really? I wouldn't have
yeah.
guessed that.
Congratulations.
So the only never you've done is had your showcase, your event showcase, and we know why. Because right. So that's one only. So you get the new role. You get a new role on the podcast server, which is the
Wow.
the Never Have I Ever winner, which means you'll be a different color to everybody else, and you'll be able to tell everybody that you got absolutely nothing, like everybody else who plays this game. But you did get not
How's that
absolutely.
for bragging rights?
It is. It's bragging rights, and you're welcome to give that to anybody you like. Absolutely nothing.
Amazing.
I mean, not the
Some call it
role.
bragging rights, some call it slut shaming. It's all in how you
yeah.
look at it.
Yeah. But no, that's
Well,
a
I
very
will carry this torch with great honor.
that's a very impressive one. And I must say, the only person outside of guests who got a 1 was me as well, for the same reason. I have not had a featured track event, so very, very impressive. Very impressive. Congratulations.
Well done, you two.
Yeah, congratulations. So that kind of brings us to the end of the formal part of the podcast. So before we start winding down, I suppose the question that needs to be asked is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to outside of what we've already talked about so far? So, Exhaust, do you have anybody you want to shout out to?
Just the I guess just the folks back at Bad Dads that'll probably check this out later. Those that have some free time. I guess that would pretty much be it.
Nice.
And what about you, Russ?
Yeah, I mean, similar exhaust to all the Bad Dads. I mean, from Stack, Exhaust, Brett, to Mike, to Jeff. There's so many good ones out there. Bothole. Can't forget Bothole. We can't forget. What else we got? Two in Pink, 1 in Stink. We got so many good names out there. Oh, and have fun censoring that, by the way. But yeah, so
I don't know about how I'm going to censor that to make it. Yeah.
Those that really need it censored from don't understand it for the most part.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it's. I'm just trying to think what we could do with that.
Well, the way I see it, it's all right for Fingersoft, so surely it's all right for us.
there you go.
That's what Pete said. Pete said so.
Yep. That's the reasoning.
Yep, Pete said so. All right. So,
And
and what
also
about you?
big shout out to all you guys. I mean, I appreciate you guys Yeah, it takes a lot of work, I know, to put all this together and to deal with idiots like myself that forget they have a concert to go to, which is why you postponed this podcast in the first place. So yeah, no, I appreciate what you guys do. It's really cool that you do this and take the time out of your days and lives to put this all together. So I just wanted to give a shout out to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
bet.
And you, Sean, while you're here?
Yeah, how about all the guys that ask questions? Like, I don't Tap A, Hulkster, J Hay, Pro J, whoever else I missed. I don't know, but yeah, and then you guys do for keeping this thing going for so long. It's pretty hard to do, and I listen to it every week, or try to, if I remember. It pops up on my YouTube usually when you post it.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Cool.
And then
No,
I try to comment on it too, or what I like, or something. I find something in there that I comment on. So you guys can see it.
we really appreciate it. Because it's more of a love thing for us. We really, I get a kick out of hearing stories and hearing, your histories and all that
Backgrounds.
sort of stuff, the backgrounds. But it is a whole lot of fun, and it's funny talking to people who are not, hill climb racing enthusiasts, and you say, "Oh yeah, I do a podcast." "Oh yeah, that's great." "And what about?" "Oh well, So no, it is a lot of fun. I get a lot out of it. I know JR and Pete probably do the same. So,
Yeah.
alrighty. So, Pete, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah. Thank you, Sean, for joining in as a surprise guest. I didn't even know you were coming, so that was a good little surprise.
Yeah, sure.
And thanks to Exhaust and Russ for making time to reschedule. Appreciate that. And yeah, thanks to all the listeners. Like and subscribe.
Awesome.
And comment.
Jack Rabbit, have you got anything?
Thank you to Exhaust and Russ for being on the podcast. It was me and Sean who were talking in private, and he wanted to swing by, so I invited him. And thank you, Sean, for your time. Thank you to all our listeners on all the servers who have sent their questions. Thank you to all our listeners on YouTube and Spotify. Keep listening, like and subscribe. See you all on the next podcast.
Indeed. So, if you are still listening at this end of the podcast, which is the long end of the podcast, it means you've really enjoyed what you've listened to, and you've really enjoyed us and our guests. So, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for if you have asked a question, you've heard your question being called out. Really appreciate your time for all of that. Thanks to all the listeners, and really, 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 really appreciate Exhaust and Russ's time, and Sean dropping in. Having these drop-in guests has been amazing. So if you've been on the podcast before or you want to come on, reach out to me or JR or Pete, and we'll love to have you on. So please like and subscribe, and have a great week. We'll have another one coming up very soon. Thanks very much, everybody. Have a lovely week. Chat soon.
Bye.
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 See ya.
Bye.